The Honorable Principal Judge has joined us, and the justices of the Court of Appeal and the judges of the High Court. Let us receive them and allow them to take their seats. We also have Child Protection Officer. You're most welcome. We also have Mr. Augustine Wasago, also Child Protection Specialist from the UNICEF. Thank you for coming. This is still standing in for Dr. Robin Monday, the country representative. On behalf of NFPA, country representative, we have Madam Christine Blokus. And then on behalf of the International Justice Mission, Madam Eva Lenny. My Lord, Honorable Principal Judge, you are most welcome. Thank you for leading the team to this hall. And we want to welcome you, my lords, for coming. Thank you so much. We are honored to be with you here on this day for the opening of the new lawyer. The justices of the Supreme Court have also joined us. My lords, you are welcome to join the team. Is already here with us. And it's going to be received by top management and the team that has gone to receive her. As she enters here, we shall arise and receive her. Then we shall have the national anthems. Your Excellency, with your permission, as we remain standing, allow me to invite His Lordship, Bishop Henry Kawesa Isavide, to give us an opening prayer. My Lord, you're welcome.
Let us humble ourselves as we pray. The Bible says how good it is when brethren gather together in unity. It is like the oil that flows on the beard of Aaron. Dear Heavenly Father, we are gathered here today to witness a change of a season. You are a God of seasons, and here we are bringing ourselves into this new season where we see a new lawyer being launched. Heavenly Father, to you we surrender. The Bible teaches us in Psalm 72, 1-2, that endow the king with your justice, endow the royal son with your righteousness, that he may judge your people with righteousness and your afflicted ones with justice. We gather here today to lay strategy, to envision ourselves, to rekindle our zeal. Father, we thank you for the gift of the leaders that we have in this nation. We pray that you continue giving them the right decisions, the right health, and everything that goes with those offices. We thank you for the new Chief Justice. We pray for you to take him on in this new season. We thank you for our predecessor Chief Justice. As he goes to another new season, empower him and those all that have retired in the past season with renewed zeal to do that which you have for them in the next season. Those that have received new appointments, that they may face this challenge with the vision for which you called them in. And all of us as the judiciary, the executive and the parliament, and the fourth estate, that we shall always remember that we sit in these seats on your behalf, and one day you will call us to account. So we are gathered here to ask you to guide us, to energize us, and to envision us. Thank you for the beauty of the nation. We do everything for you and for our country. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We may take our seats. Your Excellency, the guest of honor, allow me at this moment to invite the program manager, our worship, Lamono Pamela Ochaya, the acting chief registrar, to proceed with this. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, my Lord, the Honorable, the Chief Justice, my Lord, the Honorable, the Chief Justice Emeritus, my Lord, the Honorable, the Deputy Chief Justice Emeritus, the Honorable Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, the learned Honorable Attorney General, my Lord, the Honorable, the Principal Judge, my Lord, the Honorable, the Principal Judge Emeritus, my Lords, the Justices and Judges of the Courts of Judicature, serving and retired, heads and representatives of heads of diplomatic corps, the religious leaders present, the Director of Public Prosecutions, the Inspector and the Deputy Inspectors General of Government, Chairperson, Deputy Chairperson and members of Judicial Service Commission, members of the Judiciary Council, the Permanent Secretary, Secretary to the Judiciary, our service chiefs, heads and members of Administration of Justice Program institutions, Your Worships, the registrars, members of the Judiciary senior management and heads of departments and units, staff of the Judiciary, the Fourth Estate, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lamono Pamela Ochaya. I am the acting chief registrar of the Judiciary, and I warmly welcome you to this ceremony. Your Excellency, the opening of the new law year is to look out for what we did during the year, how the year went, the challenges that we faced, and how we shall move forward given what we encountered in the past year. Your Excellency, we welcome you. We welcome you again because you were here with us on Monday at the opening of the annual Judges Conference. And today, again, you are here with us. For that, we are grateful for graciously accepting our invitations on behalf of His Excellency, the President. Your Excellency, I will run you through the program of today, which is brief. We shall have a speech by the head of the bar. We shall have remarks by the Honorable Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. We shall have a brief interlude after that, and then we shall have an address by the Honorable the Chief Justice, and we shall receive you to deliver the address of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. Thereafter, we shall have anthems in reverse order, and the Honorable the Chief Justice has been gracious enough to give us lunch after the function, and we shall have that, and we shall depart at leisure, Your Excellency. That will be our program for this opening of the new law year. Your Excellency, before I invite the Honorable the Attorney General, head of the bar, allow me to make some recognitions of the dignitaries who are here with us. Your Excellency, to your right, we have the Honorable the Chief Justice, Justice Dr. Flavian Zeja. Your Excellency, present with us is the Honorable the Chief Justice Emeritus, Justice Alphonse Chigamoy Owindolo. We have also with us the Honorable the Deputy Chief Justice Emeritus, Justice Richard Butera, present with us. Also, we have present with us the Honorable Deputy Chief Justice Emeritus, Justice Stephen Kavuma, present with us. Your Excellency, we have to your left the Honorable the Principal Judge, Justice Lady Justice Frances Abodo. We have the Honorable the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Honorable Norbert Mao. Present with us is the Honorable, the Learned Attorney General, Honorable Chirowa Chiwanuka. Your Excellency, we also have the Honorable the Principal Judge Emeritus, Justice Yorokamu Bamwine. Your Excellency, in our midst, we have justices of the Supreme Court present with us. My lords, I request that you stand up for recognition and appreciation. Thank you very much, my lords, for coming. We also have, Your Excellency, the justices of the Court of Appeal, and I request that they stand up for recognition. Excellency, my lords, thank you. Your Excellency, we have the judges of the High Court present with us, and I request that they stand up for recognition. Thank you, my lords. Thank you. Present with us, Your Excellency, is the Director of Public Prosecutions, Lino Anguzu. Present. Thank you very much. Also, we have the Inspector General of Government, Lady Justice Aisha Naluze-Batala, present with us. Thank you, my lord. We have the Solicitor General present with us, Mr. Pius Perry Biribonwaha. Thank you very much. We have Mr. Samuel Nsubuga. He is the Executive Director, African Center for Treatment and Rehabilitation of Torture Victims. And he is a member of the Judiciary Council, Your Excellency. We have the Permanent Secretary, Secretary to the Judiciary, Dr. Pius Bigirimana, present with us. Also, we have the Deputy Inspector General of Government, Dr. Patricia Achan-Okiria, present with us. Also, Mrs. Anne Twinomugisha Muhaire, she's a Deputy Inspector of Government. Your Excellency, in our midst, we have heads of diplomatic missions. We have His Excellency Mohammed Suleiman Ahmed, is the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, and he is from the Embassy of the State of Eritrea. We are happy to have you. We have Mr. Sanusi Tejan Savage. He's the Chief of Mission, International Organization of Migrations, UN Migration. We are happy to have you. Your Excellency, we have the Ambassador of Sweden, Maria Håkansson, present with us. We have the Deputy Head of Mission, Head of Development Cooperation, the Kingdom of Netherlands, Bowie Jan Smeting. Thank you very much for coming. We have Dr. Kasha Kashboma. She's the head of the Austrian Embassy in Kampala. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, we have Ms. Barbara Kile. She's the Counter Director, IDLO. Ms. Barbara, thank you. We can't see you because you are, it blocked you a bit. Yes, thank you. We have Mr. Alfred Hill. He's a program lead, IDLO, present with us. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, we have Mr. Joe Dashley. He's a political counselor, British High Commission. Thank you. And we have Nangozi Annette Chambade on behalf of UNFPA, country representative. Thank you for coming. Your Excellency, we have Eva Lenny. She is here on behalf of International Justice Mission. We thank you for coming. We have Ms. Irene Oluka, UNICEF Child Protection Officer, present with us. We have Augustine Wasago, Child Protection Specialist, UNICEF. We have our service chiefs. We have the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Ochaya James. And we have the Deputy Commissioner General of Prisons, Samuel Akena. Thank you very much for coming. Your Excellency, allow me now to invite the head of the bar, the learned Attorney General, Chiwanuka, to come and give his remarks. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Major Retired Jessica Lupo, representing His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable the Chief Justice of the Republic of Uganda, Dr. Flavian Zeija, the Honorable the Chief Justice Emeritus, Justice Alfonso Winyidolo, the Honorable the Deputy Chief Justice Emeritus, Justice Butera, Richard and Justice Stephen Kavuma, Honorable Minister of Justice Norbert Mao, the Honorable the Principal Judge, the Honorable the Principal Judge Emeritus Justice Yorokamba Mwine, Honorable Justices of the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal, Honorable Judges of the High Court, Members of Parliament present, the Dean and the heads of diplomatic missions present, religious leaders, chairpersons and members of Constitutional Commission present, the chairperson and members of the Judicial Service Commission, the Director of Public Prosecutions, Mr. Lino Anguzu, the Inspector General of Government, Justice Batala and your deputies, members of the Judiciary Council present, Permanent Secretaries present, service chiefs, Acting Registrar Her Worship Alamunu Pamela Ochaya, senior counsels present and members of the Uganda Bar present, your worships, the registrars and magistrates, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all and a Happy New Year. Your Excellency, as the head of the bar, I congratulate all stakeholders involved in the administration of justice upon successfully completing the Lawyer 2025. I have the pleasure to warmly welcome you to the new Lawyer 2026. Your Excellency, today marks the opening of the new Lawyer at the beginning, at a time when the country has just concluded an election cycle. elections are not only a sign of democratization, but one of civilization and respect for dissent. Elections serve as a country's democracy barometer by reflecting the citizens' will, holding leaders accountable, and measuring public satisfaction with governance. Elections are an acknowledgement of the voice of the people. Using this very forum as the head of the bar, permit me to congratulate His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on his resounding victory in the recently concluded presidential elections. I also congratulate you, Your Excellency, on your victory in your election. In the same breath, I congratulate all other successful candidates, including the Honorable Norbert Mao, here who contested for elective office, and wish them fruitful tour of duty in the next 5 years. The beginning of the new law year 2026 also coincides with the retirement of the Honorable Alphonse Chagmoy Owinyi Dolo, the Chief Justice Emeritus, who marked 70 years on the 18th of January 2026. My Lord, the Chief Justice Emeritus, thank you for your diligent service to this nation. We wish you a happy retirement. Of course, my Lord, Chief Justice Emeritus, retirement is just the beginning of a new chapter. This is a time for you to write the best parts of your story. I also take this opportunity to congratulate the new Chief Justice, the Honorable Mr. Justice Dr. Flavian Zeija, on his appointment. The new appointment, my Lord, brings with it fresh challenges. It opens opportunities for new wins and, of course, growth ahead. We wish you the very best and offer our continued support. We, the members of the bar, take cognizance of our pivotal role in making justice accessible to the people of this country. The theme of this year's annual Judges Conference was Judicial Wellness, a tool for effective case management, which is a clarion call for all of us to recognize the human element behind every court order and judgment. The efficacy of our legal system is inextricably linked to the physical, mental, and emotional health of the men and women who sit on the bench. Our judicial officers operate, Your Excellency, our judicial officers operate under immense pressure, hearing cases ranging from murder, rape, commercial and land disputes. Burnout and occupational stress are institutional risks that can undermine the quality of justice and public confidence in law. We do acknowledge that the work they do is important, but among the most demanding in this country, given that you exercise judicial power in the name of the people in conformity with the law, the values, works, and aspirations of the people of Uganda. Therefore, by prioritizing wellness, we are not slowing down justice, we are ensuring its sustainability. A healthy judge is more attentive, impartial, and efficient. A judge's health matters in the dispensation of justice. Fitness ensures consistent attentive hearing, and this strengthens the confidence in the justice system. Let health issues not affect decision making. I urge all members of the bar, therefore, to practice law with civility and understanding and professionalism that reduces the unnecessary friction in our courtrooms and stress on our judicial officers. We, the lawyers, are guardians of the rule of law. By professionally defending our clients' rights and freedoms, the rule of law is echoed and inevitably strengthened. I take cognizance of the various issues that have been raised by the members of the bar at different fora regarding the impropriety in administration of justice. The issues that directly concern the judiciary include delayed resolution of disputes, absenteeism, case backlog, among others. Court decisions and awards are not in tandem with common legal practice, including the principles of stare decisis, among others. I will not tie in advocating for relative uniformity in court decision, awards, and sentences, and timely disposal of cases and delivery of judgment. Resolving these issues directly impacts the productivity of the bar, enriches the jurisprudence, and enhances peace, stability, and economic growth of our country. The above notwithstanding, the good health is the bedrock upon which all forms of wellness rest. A judicial officer must possess the stamina to sit through long court sessions, sometimes extending into late into the evening. You must have the physical capacity to travel to remote areas for circuit courts and locus visits, often under very challenging conditions. You should always strive to make your health and well-being a non-negotiable priority. Schedule regular medical checkups and take advantage of the insurance duly provided by the judiciary. Incorporate physical exercise into your daily routine, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Eat balanced meals. Remember, every time you compromise your health, you are actually compromising the quality of justice you can deliver. Your body is your primary working tool. Maintain it diligently. The country needs it. Psychology demands of judicial, the psychological demands of judicial work are immense and often underestimated. You encounter human tragedy daily in form of cases of abuse, violence, betrayal, suffering, and even death. You must make decisions that alter lives, sometimes irreversibly. You bear the weight of knowing that every judgment you write may be scrutinized, appealed, criticized by lawyers in practice, and even the Judicial Service Commission, where there's a complaint against the judicial officer. Always remember to acknowledge that seeking psychological support is a sign of strength, not weakness. I encourage you to create peer support networks within your association where you can discuss challenges confidentially. Practice stress reduction techniques such as meditation, mindfulness, or whatever works for you. I know what works for me. I will not share with you, my lord. It may be misunderstood. Take your leave days, disconnect from work during such days. The state of our judiciary, Your Excellency, is now grounded in empirical reality. The year 2025, the National Court's case census revealed that we are managing a case backlog of about 190,000 pending cases. The numbers keep shifting and changing, and I think the last census changed it a little bit. The case backlog stands at 24.2%, a reduction from the previous year, and we applaud the judiciary for that work. But still, a significant hurdle a significant hurdle to our national development. Perhaps most critical to our national vision is the revelation that about 14.2 trillion is currently locked in pending civil litigation. Every day a commercial dispute remains unresolved is a day the capital is kept out of circulation. The commercial court alone handles 1.72 trillion in unresolved value. Resolving this case is not just a legal duty. It's an economic imperative that will boost investor confidence and support to the National Development Plan 4. I applaud the top management of the judiciary and the government of the Republic of Uganda for the achievement registered at the close of the 5th strategic plan, particularly the economic court management system, the re-engineering of ADR mechanism, and the professionalization of the workforce. I sincerely thank the Chief Justice Emeritus and the Deputy Chief Justice Emeritus and the Principal Judge, as he then was, for steering the judiciary through this transformation. It is my firm belief that this achievement shall be a foundation upon which the new Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Dr. Flavian Zeija, shall further build. It is in this vein that I must record the firm commitment made by the Solicitor General on my behalf at the just concluded Judges Conference, which I should have attended, and I sincerely apologize for my absence, but I was engaged in other duties which I could not leave. During the panel discussion on ADR, the perspectives from the banned private sector, the Solicitor General gave an undertaking that our office, the Office of the Attorney General, would see to it that the national policy on ADR is adopted into our law, and that the Singapore Convention on Mediation is domesticated. I have said this in the presence of Her Excellency, the Vice President, who chairs Cabinet, so I am sure when the policy comes before her, she'll remember my public declaration. The domestication of the Singapore Convention, Your Excellency, will position Uganda as a credible center for international commercial mediation and complement the judiciary's effort to re-engineer ADR and effective case management strategy. I urge us, my lords, your worships, members of the bar, to restore bar-bench relations. As lawyers across the divide, we ought to be professional and exude ethics above reproach. As a practitioner, allow me to thank the members of the bench, from the Chief Justice to the Magistrate G1 who are rendering judicial service to the land, and our colleagues in the academia grooming the next generation. Therefore, the missing link here is the bar. It is my firm resolve that the year 2026 will come with greater unity between the bar and the bench for greater good and dispensation of justice for the people of this nation. The Honorable the Chief Justice, Your Excellency, I will in due course consult with the judiciary leadership and the bar to chart a way forward to resolve this unnecessary conflict. Your Excellency, the Honorable the Chief Justice, distinguished guests, justice is not a preserve of the judiciary alone. It is a shared responsibility. The judiciary advocates, the Attorney General's Chamber as advises and represents the state. Members of the bar represent the general public. The Director of Public Prosecution prosecutes. The security agencies investigate and maintain order. The IGG investigates corruption cases. Each institution and each member of the justice, law, and order sector is essential. But the justice needs of our people can only be met when we move together in a coordinated action. I call upon all justice sector stakeholders to deepen collaboration through regular interinstitutional dialogue, harmonized case management system, and joint efforts to remove systemic barriers to access to justice. Let us not work in silos. The people of Uganda experience justice as a whole, and our response must be equally coordinated. As the Attorney General, at this point in time, I must state, as the Attorney General at this point in time, I pledge the full cooperation of my office in advancing this vision together. So you need to pray for me so that I can be able to advance this vision. If you don't pray, it will be someone else's vision. But together, we can ensure that no Ugandan is left behind in the quest for legal remedy. This year, I ask that we each deliberately act in some manner towards the attainment of the vision of judiciary, which is justice for all, because in some way, you and I either aid or obstruct it. A boat that does not sail forward, if this boat shall not sail forward if each one is rowing in its own direction. Let us row together, executive, legislature, judiciary, under the leadership of Chief Justice Dr. Flavian Zeija, towards a future where rule of law is a lived reality for every Uganda. I thank you all. I say all this for God and my country.
Thank you very much, learned Attorney General, for your speech and for your wise counsel. We thank you, and we look forward to working with you in the new law year. Your Excellency, allow me continue with introductions. We have heads and members of ministries, departments, and agencies present with us, Your Excellency. We have Dr. Pamela Tibikira Kaliejira. She is the Director, Law Development Center. Your Excellency, we also have Mr. Victor Manzi. He is the Administrator General present with us. Thank you for coming. We have Ms. Harriet N.P. Kasirye. She's a member of the Insurance Appeals Tribunal, representing the chairperson of the Insurance Appeals Tribunal. We have Ms. Namuli Lydia. She is the manager, Legal Aid Clinic, the Law Development Center. Present with us also is Dr. Anthony Conrad Kawesi Kakoza. He is the deputy chairperson of the Leadership Tribunal. We have Mr. Wamai Solomon, Deputy Registrar, Tax Appeals Tribunal. We are happy to have you. Thank you for coming. Your Excellency, we have Dr. Sylvia Namubiru Mukasa. She is the Chief Executive Officer of Last Minute. In our midst also, Your Excellency, is Ms. Rachel Odoi Musoke. She's from the Governance and Security Program. Thank you for coming. Your Excellency, we have Ms. Mercy Kainobusho. She is the Registrar General of the URSB. Your Excellency, in our midst, we have registrars of the Courts of Judicature, and I request them to stand up for recognition. Your Worships. Thank you very much for coming in a big number. We also have the Chief Magistrates of the Courts of Judicature. I also request their Worships to stand up for recognition. The Chief Magistrates, we thank you very much. We also have Magistrates Grade 1 present with us, and I request their Worships to stand up for recognition. Your Worships, thank you very much. We also have members of senior management and heads of departments and units of the judiciary, and I request that they stand up for recognition. Thank you. Your Excellency, with us, we have senior counsel and members of the bar. I request senior counsel, Mr. James Mukasa Sebugenyi, to stand up for recognition. We thank you, senior counsel. We also have senior counsel, Ms. Fiona Wall, present with us. Thank you very much for coming. And I request members of the bar to stand up for recognition. All of you from institutions and agencies and law firms, we are very delighted to have you, our members of the bar. We thank you for coming. We have staff of the judiciary, Your Excellency, present with us, and I request that they stand up for recognition. Staff of the judiciary present with us. They are seated right behind Your Excellency, and we can see them. We thank them for their service for us. Your Excellency, we have Ms. Nina Formam. She is representing the country representative. She's representing the country representative, UN Women. Thank you for coming. But for now, allow me to invite the Honorable, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, to deliver his speech.
Our guest of honor, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, representing His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, my Lord, the Chief Justice, let me stand on the established protocol. Dear friends, we have had a very interesting few days. It started with the arrival of our new Chief Justice, who we congratulate most sincerely. We were pleased when you were sworn in, and your predecessor, the Chief Justice Emeritus, was there to bid us a formal farewell, because he was in office until he arrived at Kisozi. You became the shortest serving acting Chief Justice in the history of Uganda. You acted for the shortest period, which is remarkable. And you told us your agenda. You said you'll promote collegiality. In other words, the court should not just exercise individual power of the learned members of the bench, but also institutional power. You also warned those of us who are addicted to paper that our days are numbered, that you are going to ensure that the judiciary is paperless. So we stand warned. You stressed three things about the things that you expect And I thought the way you laid it out was very good, because sometimes it is better to tell people what you expect of them rather than point out where they have failed. So you stated that you expect 3 things of your colleagues on the bench. Number 1, integrity. Number 2, knowledge. Number 3, judgment. Now, knowledge, there is abundance of it, because that's what the schools supply. Everybody here is LLB, Deep LP, LLM, PhD, LLD, and so on and so forth. There is no school for integrity. It is an individual choice, because in this country there are 2 spaces. There's a space for doing good things, which is abundant. There's also a space for doing bad things. So one has to choose which space one wants to excel in. And integrity is about doing the right thing. Judgment rests on knowledge and common sense. Then you hit the ground running. And that is the speed at which we have been moving until we arrived here this morning. It has really been active. Because immediately on the 29th, you launched the second National Court Case Census Report. There was the first one launched by your predecessor. Now you launch the second one. I think that tradition is good, because data-driven management is really the name of the game. The story doesn't end there. Immediately, you hosted the 27th Annual Judges Conference on the theme of wellness, which the Attorney General gave some advice on. We hope in private he will disclose what works for him. Human beings are all very different. I was pleased to join you on the day of the dinner you hosted in honor of the Chief Justice Emeritus. And I repeated the words that Her Excellency, the Vice President, read to you, to make sure that our courts are really African courts. Today I had a lot of complaints about how hot the wigs are, and the people who were standing next to me were complaining about the heat. And I imagine there will be some changes so that their lordships are liberated from this burden of the wigs. Of course, attire is important, but they should be comfortable. I think that's the most important thing. Whatever innovation you are going to design should give comfort. I also heard rumors that the wigs cost about 25 million shillings each. So you may save a lot of money when you innovate something else. In that conference, you made very important resolutions. Myself and the learned Attorney General commit that we are going to receive those resolutions and continue being the mouthpiece of the judiciary, both in Parliament and also in Cabinet. And we also commit that we will not abandon you as you pursue the promise by the President that sooner rather than later, the judiciary will reach the 800 billion shilling mark, which is a promissory note that was handed over to the Chief Justice Emeritus. It is now up to you to go and cash it. We hope it is not returned marked insufficient funds. And this claim is logical in the sense that the judiciary cannot be left behind by the other two co-equal branches of the Ugandan state. We sometimes give private companies more than 800 billion shillings. So why can't we give it to the Ugandan judiciary so that they can serve us better? I know we are working hard to go to upper middle income level, but the judiciary is also contributing to the sluggishness of our economic growth when it is not effectively empowered to decide cases faster. As we open this new law year, it is my hope that access to justice will improve and that there will also be a renewed commitment to the defense of human rights of the citizens of Uganda. Most of the quarrels in this country are about human rights, generally. And the liberty of citizens should be at the heart of judicial action. To our partners, we recognize that there is a turbulence in the world today, and the financial infrastructure has been disrupted by those who make decisions in your capitals based on ideology rather than a wide lens perspective on the needs of us who you call your partners. We applaud you, particularly the chair of the Partners Committee, Dr. Katia, for continuing to mobilize resources amidst a lot of difficulties. And let me stress that we appreciate the opinions you share with us. People who are in partnership should tell each other the truth. To be honest, sometimes we don't like what you tell us, but we encourage you to continue telling us. We shall also tell you the truth because we also have opinions and we also have a right to explain why we do certain things in certain ways. I think that's the essence of partnership. Genuine partners should be able to disagree without being disagreeable. My Lord, the Chief Justice and our guest of honor, I urge everyone here not to believe what they see on social media, that the judiciary is not trusted. Even chicken thieves in the village cry out, "Take me to court, take me to court." Why do they want to go to court? Because they trust the courts. Even hardened criminals, robbers, all sorts of bad elements, they want to be dragged before the court. That is the greatest vote of confidence you can get. I mean that as a consolation. And I know that social media can make you sick, and I urge for moderation in paying attention to social media, because you may think you are not making an impact. The truth is, the number of people who are bringing cases to court has increased over the years. There's greater confidence in the judiciary, and it is going to increase because of alternative dispute resolution, which the judiciary has led and the executive branch followed. Your Excellency, the Vice President, you have walked with us on this journey of alternative dispute resolution. And that is going to be the silver bullet that will make justice affordable for most people. Finally, today, as we celebrate the arrival of the Chief Justice, we also have to thank the Chief Justice Emeritus, surrounded by the team that he worked with. My Lord, Chief Justice Emeritus Alphonse Chigamoy Owindolo, you have led with firm principle, but with a light touch. You were never heavy-handed. A Chief Justice is a very powerful person, but I don't think many people really felt your hand, but they knew the principles you stood for. I wish to urge you, my Lord, our Chief Justice now, to continue on that path of leading with firm principle, but with a light touch. There is only one way to invite the Honorable, the Chief Justice, and that is to say the Honorable, the Chief Justice. And so, the Honorable, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Uganda, please come and address us, my Lord.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, represented by the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable the Chief Justice Emeritus, the Honorable Deputy Chief Justice Emeritus, I think we have two of them here, the Right Honorable Minister President, and the Honorable Land Attorney General. Let me follow the protocol that was laid out by the Chief Registrar. Your Excellency, on behalf of the Uganda Judiciary, I extend my very warm welcome to you to the ceremony opening of the new law year 2026. I also equally welcome all our esteemed guests to this auspicious occasion. This occasion serves as a timely reminder to our community of the vital role the judiciary plays in upholding justice and the rule of law. It also offers an opportunity to reaffirm the core values on which our legal and judicial institutions are founded. This event is also used to emphasize and remind the judiciary that it must account the public from whom it derives its mandate. The ceremony further serves as a platform through which the judiciary explains to the people of Uganda how it administered justice in the preceding year. That requirement stems from the fact that judicial office is held in public trust. As a result, the operation of the judiciary must at all times be openly debated for the benefit of our people. This is my maiden speech at the ceremony opening of the new law year. I take this opportunity to congratulate my predecessors in my current and previous roles. Honorable Mr. Justice Alphonse Chigamoy Owindolo, Chief Justice Emeritus, and Honorable Mr. Mr. Justice Richard Butera, Deputy Chief Justice Emeritus, upon their distinguished service to the nation. I wish them a fruitful and happy retirement. I further commend Her Lordship Henrietta Warayo for successfully completing her judicial career with dedication and honor. Your Excellency, the judiciary greatly appreciates the steadfast support of the government of Uganda, which has enabled us to register significant milestones in the administration of justice, some of which I will highlight in this address, but the details are in the report distributed to all our esteemed guests. We are sincerely thankful for your commitment to advancing the cause of justice for all and for gracing this occasion today. Allow me to congratulate all of us for successfully navigating the demanding year 2025 and to warmly welcome you to join the judiciary in embracing the renewed hope and opportunities that the year 2026 brings. On a solemn note, the Judiciary family lost a distinguished jurist and statesman, retired Justice of the Supreme Court, George Woodson Kanyihamba, who passed away on the 14th of July 2025. May his soul rest in eternal peace. We convey our heartfelt appreciation to the government for the support extended to both the judiciary and his family during the funeral period. We remain deeply humbled and honored by this gesture, Your Excellency. Allow me now to highlight the performance of the judiciary as detailed in the report shared with you, taking stock of the judiciary achievements during the past year. Overall caseload profile for the calendar year 2025. In 2025, the courts managed a total workload of 456,629 cases, comprising 171,072 brought forward and 285,557 newly registered matters, of which 258,075 were completed, leaving 198,554 pending, including 48,326 backlog cases, which is 24.3% of the total caseload. Chief Magistrates handled the largest share of cases. At year end, backlog was concentrated in the High Court divisions and the circuits, followed by the Court of Appeal, Constitutional Court, and the Supreme Court. While Magistrate Grade 2 courts recorded 0 pending backlog cases, following their phase out and upgrade to Magistrate Grade 1 courts in 2024. Backlog status as at 31st December 2025. As at 31st December 2025, the judiciary had a total backlog of 198,554 pending cases, of which 48,326, that is 24.34%, constituted backlog, while 150,228, that is 75.66%, were non-backlog matters. The High Court carried the largest share of pending cases at 89.216, including 27,591 backlog cases. I think I can skip that. Alternative dispute resolution. During the year 2025, mediation disposed of 12,968 cases at all court levels. These figures may appear modest at first glance, but mediators know that each mediated case represents far more than a statistic. It represents a family that was reunited, a business relationship that was salvaged, neighbors who can once again greet one another without hostility. This is the true meaning of people-centered approach to justice, for which we in the judiciary are passionate about. Many of these cases, as you know, are not appealable, so they reduce our caseload, both at trial and then at appellate level. In the same period, pre-bargaining concluded approximately 5,573 criminal cases, contributing significantly to backlog reduction. On the other hand, 20,151 cases were completed through small claims procedure. This procedure has helped us a lot in disposing of matters of 10 million and below. The Judicial also conducted 8 mediation settlement weeks with support from UNDP in Court of Appeal, Commercial Division, Family Division, Mukono High Court, Fort Portal High Court, Mengo Chief Magistrate Court, Makinde Chief Magistrate Court, Fort Portal Chief Magistrate Court, and Nabwero Chief Magistrate Court. ADR continues to prove to be the cheapest means of dispute resolution, and we encourage all of you to fully embrace it. Staff recruitment. The judiciary received 54 judicial officers and 239 administrative officers aimed at addressing staff gaps and improving service delivery across court levels. These included the Honorable Deputy Chief Justice, the Honorable Principal Judge, a Justice of the Supreme Court, 8 Justices of the Court of Appeal, Constitutional Court, 21 Judges of the High Court, 3 Registrars, 5 Deputy Registrars, and Assistant Registrars. 6 chief magistrates, and 7 magistrates grade 1. We can only ask for more, Your Excellency. Construction of courts. Judicial infrastructure development progressed steadily across all court levels during the reporting period. Key milestones included completion and handover of Rukunjiri High Court building and the Budaka Chief Magistrates Courts near completion of Soroti High Court and several institutional housing projects, and continued construction of Mbarara and Guru Court of Appeal circuits. High Court circuits, Chief Magistrate Courts, and Magistrate Guru courts at various stages were completed, reflecting sustainable investment in expanding judicial service delivery infrastructure. Information and communication technology. During the review period, the Judiciary strengthened its digital and performance management infrastructure. IKIMIS was rolled out to 23 court stations, while CAS was installed in 22 additional courts, expanding automated case tracking nationwide. Court recording and transcription systems were installed at Mpigi and Kitugum High Court, and 17 video conferencing facilities were deployed across key courts with support from UNDP and World Bank. In parallel, the performance enhancement tool, what we call PET, was launched and piloted for Chief Magistrate and ICT staff, laying the foundation for data-driven performance management and accountability. And this PET is going to be a game changer because it has some other aspects of it we have not yet operationalized. Transport and machinery equipment. 57 vehicles were procured for ease of transport for judicial officers, especially for enhancement of land justice through locus in court visits and motorcycles for service of court process. Additionally, 2 generators and 8 solar systems were procured and installed at our courts at Hoima, Kasese, Ibanda, Bulisa, Chiriandongo, Mitiana, Karenga, Rubirizi, Kachira, and Bugembe. Public awareness. The Judiciary held a second National Court Open Day under the theme Enhancing Judicial Accountability and Access to Justice. 26 court open days were also conducted in 12 high courts of Arua, Bushenyi, Entebbe, Hoima, Kitugum, Kumi, Masindi, Mpigi, Patongo, Rukunjiri, Tororo, and Wakiso, and 14 magistrate courts of Namaingo, Nakasongora, Karangara Islands, Kapchorwa, Kawempe, Bujuko, Nakaseke, Shema, and Buvuma Islands, which was held with support from UNDP. The Judiciary Strategic Plan 5. The year 2025 marked the end of the 5th Judiciary Strategic Plan 2020-21 to 2024-2025. This strategic plan had 7 strategic objectives spanning from access to justice, case management, use of ICT, workforce and institutional capacity development, partnerships, public awareness, and resource mobilization. Overall, the plan substantially achieved its intended outcomes, delivering marked improvement in service access, case disposal efficiency, backlog reduction, and public confidence, with public trust in the judiciary rising from 59% in the financial year 2017 to 18 to 82% in the financial 2024-2025. If you read the National Governance, Peace and Security Survey of 2024-2025, this is significant. It shows the confidence the public is developing in judiciary. Achievements for the Strategic Plan 5. The judiciary achieved strong performance gains across service coverage, productivity, efficiency, reform, and institutional capacity. Court service coverage expanded to 78.41% nationwide through additional High Court and Court of Appeal circuits, new magistrate courts, and completion of completion of key infrastructure. Judicial productivity exceeded the targets, with average disposal per officer reaching 478, despite rising caseloads, while efficiency improved through higher clearance rates, reduced average lead time. For example, average lead time reduced from 1,164 to 934 days, and nearly having backlog from 48% to 24.2%. This is a significant achievement for judiciary. Institutional capacity was further strengthened through legal and policy reforms, expanding ICT use, workforce development, improved performance management, contributing to increased court user satisfaction, which was 71%, and sustained strong governance, accountability, and financial management, evidenced by unqualified audit opinions. That means that we accounted for the finances very well. Financial performance. The Judiciary of Uganda recorded substantial budget growth over the plan period, with the government funding increasing by 122.15% from Uganda shillings 199.8 billion in the financial 2020-2021 to 442.26 billion in financial 2024-2025, reflecting strong commitment by government of Uganda to judicial infrastructure, operations, and implementation of administration of the Judicial Act. This support was complemented by sustained contributions from development partners, including IDRO, UNODC, UNFPA, UNDP, UN Women, and the Austrian Development Corporation, the Netherlands government, Community Secretariat, World Bank, and the Bank of Uganda, which enabled continued progress on key operational and development priorities despite resource constraints. Major challenges facing the judiciary. Judiciary continues to face key structural and operational challenges that constrain performance and service delivery. These include a significant funding shortfall that has slowed automation, infrastructure development, and reform implementation, persistent staffing gaps that intensify workloads and sustain case backlog, and inadequate infrastructure, which many courts operating from unsuitable rented premises, lacking essential facilities. Additional challenges include occasional non-compliance with court orders, salary disparities affecting staff morale and retention, especially the administrative staff whose earnings are meager, and limited automation and system integration, which hinder real-time data sharing, analytics, and overall operational efficiency. Judiciary Strategic Plan 6. Starting from this year, the Judiciary has commenced implementation of the 6th Judiciary Strategic Plan, that is JSP 6, for the financial 2025-2026 to 2029-2030, which provides the strategic direction for strengthening institutional capacity to deliver responsive, efficient, and equitable justice for all. The plan builds on the achievements and lessons of the JSP 5, addresses emerging justice sector challenges, and is aligned with the Constitution of Uganda, the Administration of Judiciary Act 2020, National Development Plan 4, the Administration of Justice Program, and relevant regional and global frameworks. Its implementation is led by the Chief Justice and Judicial top management, with defined responsibilities delegated to courts, registries, departments, and units. The goals, strategic objectives, and strategic interventions for the strategic period 2025/2026 to 2029-2030. The 6th Judicial Strategic Plan 6 aims to build a responsive and efficient judiciary that guarantees equitable access to justice for all, guided by 3 core objectives. Number 1, improving court processes and case management. Number 2, enhancing equitable access to justice, and judicial services. Number 3, strengthening policy, legal, and institutional capacity. To achieve this, the plan prioritizes interventions including digital transformation through expanded e-KIMIS and CAS rollout, backlog reduction and improved case management, recruitment and capacity building of judicial and support staff, and use of data analytics and AI-assisted tools. It also emphasizes expansion and modernization of court infrastructure, mobile courts, strengthening ADR, and inclusive justice services for vulnerable groups alongside gender and disability responsive facilities. Further focus areas include legal and regulatory reform, integrity and accountability systems, staff welfare and performance management, and strong planning, monitoring, evaluation, research, and knowledge management frameworks to ensure sustainable institutional performance over financial year 2025/2026 to 2029 to 2030. Budget and financing framework. The total estimated cost of implementing the JSP 6 over the 5-year period is estimated to be 4 trillion, to be financed mainly through Government of Uganda appropriations supplemented by development partners. However, medium-term expenditure framework projections amount to 2 trillion, leaving a funding gap of 1.5 trillion, which will require strengthened resource mobilization, prioritization of strategic interventions, efficiency gains, and expanded partnerships to bridge. So my priorities for the year 2026. At my swearing-in ceremony as Chief Justice, I highlighted before His Excellency the President the areas that I will give emphasis during my tenure, starting with the new lawyer. These are, number 1, increased accessibility of all courts and services. We shall continue to ensure that the judiciary's presence is felt throughout the country. Earlier this year, the instrument creating Court of Appeal circuits at Arua, Fort Portal, Guru, Jinja, Masaka, Mbale, Mbarara, Mobende was gazetted. Construction of Court of Appeal buildings at Mbarara and Guru is ongoing and expected to be completed by the end of the year if resources are availed. These will immediately operationalize. They will be immediately operationalized once the buildings are complete. This will be in addition to operationalizing more high court circuits and magistrate areas. We shall make everything possible to have excellent court services based on 3 pillars of trial and hearing, death certainty, efficiency, and a culture of service. And Your Excellency, we shall be coming to you with the financial demands in this aspect. Creation of a delivery unit. We shall establish a delivery unit for the judiciary. The unit will monitor progress on performance of projects and implementation of resolutions of top management so that we keep track of implementation of the strategic plan, facilitate project implementation, and coordinate knowledge sharing. And I will be meeting this unit every month to see how far we have gone implementing our resolutions and commitments. 3, we shall create an environmental infrastructure and utilities division of the High Court. There is no doubt that the need for the judiciary to put safeguards in place that fast-track environmental protection cases is more urgent than never before because of the well-documented threat of global warming, to which Uganda is no exception. Various infrastructure projects are halted for so long by court disputes, leading to both fundamental losses and curtailing of development. This division will ensure that cases of environmental, wildlife, and infrastructure are fast-tracked. In the same vein, we shall also continue to implement special courts for gender-based violence, which we introduced in 2025 with assistance from Austrian Development Corporation and the Netherlands government. This will be a very critical aspect of our performance. Your Excellency, gender-based violence cases need special attention because in most cases, when we don't handle them quickly, we lose the witnesses and many of the cases corrupt. So we thought that we should give them special attention. Excuse me. Daily hearing of cases, we shall continue we shall introduce daily hearing of cases in other courts. At the moment, it was a pilot project at the criminal division, but we shall roll it out in all other circuits so that criminal cases can be heard on a continuous basis rather than people waiting for long trials. Conducting an independent court user survey. We shall conduct an independent court user survey to assess the efficiency and effectiveness of the judicial services, both internal and external, to ascertain public satisfaction and identify areas for improvement. This is because the justice we administer should conform to the aspiration of the people. And I think the bar here will be very critical to let us know what we need to change, what we need to keep. Technology and artificial intelligence. The judiciary will intensify its overdrive in use of technology with the ultimate intention of making more courts operating paperless. I think my colleagues in the legal profession know that some of the courts who have already made them paperless, like the Court of Appeal, the commercial court I know is paperless. So for all those courts which are on Wikimis, they are going to go paperless. Those of you who are uncomfortable with computers, you will be given some refresher courses, and you'll move on. Don't worry. The Wikimis will continue to expand as well as audiovisual hearings. Plans are underway to introduce artificial intelligence for recording and transcribing court proceedings, as well as a judgment writing tool to assist judicial officers process judgments quickly. I think we are already pre-testing a judgment writing tool, and part of it will be AI powered, so that if you are writing a judgment, the moment you put in facts, you should be able to pick authorities. But my lords, as I have always warned, artificial intelligence can be also dangerous. It might give you fake cases which you will quote before their lordships. And then also you also quote it in your judgment. Fake cases which the lawyers bring on board, or AI brings on board, and then you include them in your judgment. Policies will be developed to regulate its use and guard against risks such as algorithmic bias. So we shall come up with the guidelines on how we shall employ AI within our court system. Excuse me. Judicial well-being. As the old English adage goes, a healthy body is a healthy mind. The theme for our just concluded Judges Conference for the year 2026 was judicial wellness, a tool for effective case management. The judiciary is alive to the fact that our staff, both judicial and non-judicial, can only master new tools and manage complex dockets if they are physically fit, mentally sharp, emotionally resilient, and fully supported. We have therefore made it a priority in this year to ensure that all staff of the judiciary are in a good state of mind and body to function effectively and efficiently. I have already issued a directive for all courts to hold aerobic classes at least twice a week, in addition to other interventions like gyms that we have in appealed buildings. And all new buildings we shall construct will be having a gym for purposes of caring for our health. However, I must state that these judges process a lot of things. The awareness is fundamental. When you are hearing a murder case and you are looking at the photos of the deceased, people who have been cut into pieces, to process that is difficult. So these judges do not want additional trauma from social media. And I warn that I will not hesitate to take action to whoever is, maybe I should emphasize this. Apparently I was told that people create fake social media acts just for what they call, they call it status. That I think the more people who follow you, the more money you earn. So they create those fake news against judges for that purpose, because a judge is a person occupying a higher position in society. So if you create something fake, and then you get more likes, then you earn money in that respect. So we shall take action. That one I can assure you. We shall not allow our judges, in addition to the trauma they face from cases, to suffer the social media trauma. That is not to say that I will protect judges who are doing wrong things, but we must protect our judges and judicial officers against unnecessary attacks. Recruitment of justices, judges, and magistrates and administrative staff for all the courts. We shall continue to seek support of stakeholders for the gradual recruitment of justices, judges, registrars, magistrates, and court support staff to the required numbers. This will help us to ensure that judicial services are extended to all Ugandans in a timely manner. We shall also push for more for recruitment of more officers at 2 levels. We have the office of the DPP. We have the office of the Attorney General. We must move in tandem with them, otherwise we cannot expand and leave them behind, otherwise we shall not achieve our intended goal. When I was principal judge, I had 80 courts where I had judicial officers, but they had no DPP staff. So we must move together as a team so that we achieve these services together. And Your Excellency, we shall also be coming to you on this, which should be a holistic approach to labor needs. Performance management and accountability. Late last year, we launched the performance management tool, what we call PET. We shall focus on linking more courts to PET. PET ensures that planning, budgeting, and evaluation are interlinked for early defined results. All staff of the judiciary must be held accountable for effectiveness and efficiency, and we shall prioritize value for money adjudication. And my lords and your worships, on this, you can count me that I will not relent. I will be knocking on your doors. If you are not a person who is ready to perform, I think that will be our point of departure. Now, we shall also use technology to do performance monitoring, and we shall also continue performance, quarterly performance reviews. When I was principal judge, we introduced quarterly performance review for high court judges, and we intend to roll out this performance, quarterly performance review for all court levels, so that every quarter we meet and assess how we have been performing. If you are a non-performer, then you will see yourself, you will present yourself before others to defend your non-performance. Prioritizing election petitions. As you know, this year is for general elections in Uganda. It is our resolve that all election petitions filed in the court are timely heard and determined. We are mandated by law to hear parliamentary election petitions within 60 days and presidential election petitions within 45 days from the date of filing. All is set to ensure these timelines are adhered strictly. Promoting court open days. Your Excellency, like I indicated at my swearing in as Chief Justice, court open days will continue to be conducted each quarter so that performance is disseminated about the courts and our services, and the expectations to the common person are explained. At the same time, we receive feedback through these court open days. We shall, in addition, develop a registry manual. The registry operations manual will be developed to provide standardized procedures of managing storage, retrieval, and disposal of documents. This will improve information access to court users and help courts maintain institutional memory. We have, given that we are becoming digital, we need to improve the way we archive, because we shall be having software archives. So we need we shall come up with a manual to regulate some of those things. Championing further legal reform. Some outdated rules of procedure and case management practices are still contributing to delays in processing. These shall be reviewed and modified. We shall improve case management practices and procedures for reducing case processing timelines, avoiding delayed hearings and delayed judgments. And we already have a committee in place which is looking at all the laws that need some kind of relook. We shall include members of the bar plus the Attorney General's chambers into that committee, so that we look at all the laws which we need to amend to ensure that we can make the process of justice seamless. We shall establish a case sieving system at the level of case registration to eliminate cases which are not fit to be in the court system. And this sieving system will both work at the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court. The Supreme Court currently has so many cases which are not deserving to be there, but in order for you to say that they shouldn't be there, you must put up a quorum to do so. So we shall find a way of putting in place a sieving system. We shall also increase the jurisdiction of magistrates and reduce the number of steps in the litigation process. This process is before the Attorney General already for drafting, and we hope that when we increase the jurisdiction of the magistrates, the cases that come to the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court will significantly reduce, but they will also help to reduce the cases which are before the high courts. Equipment and infrastructure. We shall continue building and renovating court buildings across the country. New court buildings will incorporate aspects of wellness for staff of the judiciary. ADR needs and child care requirements will also be catered for. We shall also establish institutional houses for our officers, starting with hard-to-reach areas. This we are already doing. What has been happening is that our judicial officers, when you post them up country, sometimes they have nowhere to stay, especially in the hard-to-reach areas. So we are constructing staff houses. We have done so in Buko, we have done so in Nabiratuk, we have done so in Kalenga, we are doing so in Nyarushanje, we are doing so in Rubuguli, and we shall continue processing those institutional houses. We shall pursue computer equipment to enhance electronic case management and procurement of vehicles, especially to assist judicial officers to carry locus in court in land matters. Restructuring the industrial court. Top on my priorities for this year will be seeing how the industrial court can be restructured, modernized, and support to resolve labor disputes timely. Focus will be on digitization and legal reform to enable the court efficiently protect the rights of both employers and employees. Your Excellency, labor matters are sensitive. When a person loses a job, he needs to be paid quickly. He needs to know whether he lost the job rightly. So we shall try to, this requires some legal reform, and I will be knocking on the door of the Attorney General, because at the moment, the way the industrial court operates, the principal judge supervises them, but she can't post their judicial officers, neither can she assist them in any way. So and it has one of the highest backlogs. So we need to, there are so many places where a different framework of labor justice is being implemented. We've done some benchmarking, and I think I will be coming to the Attorney General to see how we move on this. Enhancement of monetary jurisdiction of the magistrate, as I mentioned, will also be a game changer when we do that. Decentralization of the inspectors of courts. We shall decentralize the inspectorate of courts by creating regional offices to facilitate easy monitoring and supervision of court staff, handling complaints of court users and the general public. So we shall have the inspectorate of courts at regional levels. We are going to establish a museum for judiciary. I'm sure many of you come to judiciary and you don't even know the history. You don't know who was the first Chief Justice. You don't know who was the judge there. So we shall have a museum established in one of these buildings, preferably the old building. It should be the central focus, because the building itself is a museum. So we shall have the museum in the building. And as I mentioned, we shall also continue doing the court case census. The court case census was last done in 2015, and then the next one was done in 2015. That's a period of 10 years. You cannot understand your caseload unless this becomes a periodical activity. So we shall be doing a court case census either annually or biannual. In conclusion, allow me to once again express my sincere appreciation to all of you for your continued cooperation and support as we collectively steer the judiciary services of our people. I extend special gratitude to His Excellency the President of Uganda for sanctioning the resources necessary to execute our constitutional mandate, and I commend the judiciary top management, judicial officers, administrative and support staff for their dedication, professionalism, and tireless services in the administration of justice. I also pay special tribute to our valued development partners, who many of them are present in this room, and friends for their continued partnership and commitment to advancing justice and service delivery in Uganda. I call upon all stakeholders to sustain this shared effort in their respective capacities. I particularly at this stage want to thank the Chief Justice Emeritus and the Deputy Chief Justice Immediate Emeritus. I worked with them when I was Principal Judge. We had the best time in top management. We had a meeting of minds, what they call consensus ad idem. And I think we had the best time together. And I can only wish you a happy retirement, and only to say that I will be calling upon you once in a while to come and render your invaluable experience to Judiciary. It is now my singular honor and privilege to officially launch the new lawyer 2026 for God and my country. It is my honor to invite Your Excellency to address the gathering.
The Honorable Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Honorable Norbert Mao, the learned Attorney General, Your Lordship, the Principal Judge, Your Lordships, the Justices and Judges of Courts of Judicature, Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors, members of the Diplomatic Corps, heads of ministries, departments, and agencies, the Secretary to the Judiciary, the Chief Registrar, Your Worships, the registrars and magistrates present, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I bring you greetings from His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and Mama, the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports. As I have already said, I am here to deliver the message to you on behalf of His Excellency the President. I can only say that I promise that the messages, the statements that have been made here will be relayed to the highest destination expeditiously when I return. And the Attorney General who made a pronouncement that now that I'm here, the new policy which is coming up, immediately upon arrival to Cabinet, actually before, to be placed on the Cabinet agenda, that is the only responsibility that I think I have some little power over, because His Excellency gave me. So I will ensure that it appears on the agenda. But for the case of chairing Cabinet, it is His Excellency, constitutionally His Excellency the President who is a chair of Cabinet, and you know it. I will only join you as one of the advocates to ensure that the matter is discussed. But thank you for being very confident amongst your colleagues. And last time I came here, I think 2 years ago, in a similar ceremony, I was asking him whether I can also come with that coat. He told me, no, I cannot allow me to come with it. But it's a very beautiful attire. When we see you in it, we feel that you are an organized category of people who know your levels in terms even of dressing. I thank the Chief Registrar. She enumerated all the levels. Those are like ranks in the army or in prisons, the ranks. So I'm very sure that all the ranks of the judiciary are here, from the lowest up to the chief. And we thank God for this day. It's a big blessing again for us to be here together. I will not waste much more of your time, because I think the Attorney General, you are wasting the court's time. You are wasting the court's time. And the Honorable Norbert Mao, you said you should Africanize. You know, I like my African dress. But again, I was fearing the Attorney General, you are disrespectful to court. You are disrespectful. But it's a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me now, Your Lord the Chief Justice, let me now present a message from His Excellency the President to you. I want to start by thanking you and all the people of Uganda for giving me and the National Resistance Movement government another 5-year term to serve the people of Uganda through the recently concluded general elections. Thank you. I congratulate Your Lordship, the new Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Dr. Flavian Zeija, upon your appointment. I have confidence in you to continue with the transformation of the judiciary and promotion of a harmonious working relationship with the executive for the good of our people. I equally congratulate the Honorable Justice Alphonse Chigamoi Owiny-Dollo, the Chief Justice Emeritus, upon his retirement, and more so for his committed, transformative, and exemplary leadership during his time as the head of the judiciary. We worked well, and he championed the alternative dispute resolution and the judiciary transformation agenda. Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, I am happy to be once again part of this occasion of the opening of the new year, the new law year 2026. The judiciary plays a big role in the socio-economic transformation of our communities in line with the focus of the NRM government to develop Uganda through promoting wealth creation. The NRM government is committed to fostering economic transformation through eradicating poverty, raising household incomes, and moving away from subsistence production to a market-oriented production and commodity value addition. As you are aware, the focus of the government in the next 5 years under the 4th National Development Plan is a 10-fold growth strategy, which includes prioritizing agro-industrialization, tourism development, science, technology, innovation, including ICT, and the creative industry. And the annual resources like mineral-based industrial development, including oil and gas. These have a number of enablers, such as protection of wildlife resources, environment, energy, preventing and containing climate change, as well as infrastructure and human capital development. All these critical areas involve land, investment, and transport infrastructure, which are prone to disputes. We therefore need a supportive judiciary that will quickly resolve disputes and liberate these key factors of production for further use and or reuse. This is also important for the success of the parish development model, so that land and other resources necessary for production are not made redundant due to disputes. The judiciary, therefore, positions itself to be more creative, innovative, and strategic in devising mechanisms for quicker resolution of disputes to avoid frustrating our people and our investors, and also to promote harmony and reconciliation among the disputing parties for peace building and coexistence. I am very happy that the judiciary in the last few years has expanded the coverage of courts across the country in order to deliver services efficiently and effectively. This contributes greatly to the preservation of peace and security when people know that they can receive justice quickly, fairly, and cheaply. Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, I am made aware that the Judiciary, through the transformation agenda, recently gazetted 38 High Court circuits and 8 Court of Appeal circuits across the country in order to bring court services nearer to the people. I am also aware that each district was gazetted as a magisterial area with a chief magistrate's court and a magistrate grade 1 court at every county or constituency. This is truly very impressive and shows focus and visionary leadership in the judiciary. I undertake to support the operationalization of these courts so that we provide our people with cheap and accessible justice. The lawyers or advocates play a key role in ensuring that justice is delivered to your clients and the people of Uganda very quickly and fairly. You must therefore be committed, act professionally, conduct yourselves ethically, and be available when required to help the courts resolve the disputes expeditiously. Embrace and promote alternative dispute resolution, including reconciliation, in resolving cases, which can help in eliminating case backlog. Lawyers must not be the cause of delayed justice by playing delaying tactics and behaving unprofessionally. Lastly, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, and your team, I congratulate you once again upon the opening of the new law year 2026. I thank you for your kind attention. General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Tibu Haburwa, President of the Republic of Uganda, and also the President-elect 2026-2031. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I request that we give another round of applause to Her Excellency, the Vice President. Your Excellency, we thank you very much for graciously delivering the address of the President of the Republic of Uganda and for opening the new law year. We thank you. Your Excellency, as we come to a close, we shall go into anthems, which we shall have in reverse order. And with your permission, Your Excellency, we shall have just one photograph. And I have been advised that the same will be taken here, as outside the weather is not very friendly. So with your permission, Your Excellency, we shall have that one photograph and will be guided by the protocol. And then we shall depart, Your Excellency.